What's up, friends and fam? A good friend always doubles back, so here I am coming back to finish up the plan. Market was down on Friday, and we did go through the plan as far as buying stocks we already own. Well, some of those orders actually filled, so it's going to update our spreadsheet here, and we get a little how to hack the PDT as a side benefit. But we had FBN at 38.17, American Eagle 16.13 filled, Whirlpool 51.92, check. Lynn at 90 and a quarter, check. Disney 92.40, check. Reynolds 20.93. My guess is Reynolds still has an open order of. Okay, so this is for the next one. And these are all the other ones that filled during the current day. So now we need to put sell orders in for these that we already have. Then we're going to go back to the screener and see if we can't put this last $472 to work. So American Eagle first. Got 9 shares apparently. Add that up, divide by 9, get your average cost times 1.01. That's what I like to do. Pause the video, do that math for yourself. I am going to rip this because I got kind of robbed out of one of my days off, and I'm not real happy about it. So, I like to have a little fun this weekend, but I got to take care of this. Disney. And up, divide by 3 again, get your average times 1.01. Doesn't matter if your order is a little far away from current price. Weird things can happen, especially with the current political climate. Do not get distracted by that. That's what it's meant to do. And it's a very effective tool for transferring wealth. That's why having a trading plan is so important. You should have your own trading plan written down that you can look at and talk to people about the whole nine, right? And really internalize how you trade. But we got a lot of opportunity, and you'll see if you subscribe and follow along, is that I'm going to chop this up. This is going to be super fine chopped up. And I'll show you how I'm doing it. Just taking you along for my journey. You still have to make your own decisions, but this is how I do it. I'm nothing special about me. But I know how to kill the markets. It just is what it is. So I will get on here midnights, weekends, whatever it takes for a few minutes to ensure my success. I want to give myself the best odds possible. This Whirlpool is starting to be quite a big position for our tiny little account size. But if it fits the plan, continue to buy it. All right, we got $472 left. And to cheat the system, I went ahead and went through the screener on my break at work. So if you're not giving it your all or putting your best effort in, do not be disappointed when you don't have anything to show for it. So I already have a list of the ones that fit the system. It looks like, again, we have ABM. And I'm going to go through them to show you and to illustrate. If you appreciate that, hit the like button. But I've already kind of done this. They all fit. You can kind of see the PEs are in range. I want to add the PE and forward PE, divide by 2, make it under 15. We got dividends, and we have debt under 4, 37.49. There wasn't anything in my universe, just going straight for alphabetical order. And you can see just how we've just sold this money, and with the same exact dollars. I'm going to buy more to sell again. You know, it went down several days in a row. We were averaging in. And we got out. I forgot what the price was. 37.49. Look at that. We're buying it under where we sold it. Huh. We're going to catch the next leg down. And that is how you totally kill the markets. They're doing maintenance on here, and I'm not going to rant, but I know every broker has to do maintenance and all that, and Saturday is the best day to do maintenance because that's the only day the market is truly closed of the entire week. But I will also say Schwab, and I use a lot of brokers, this TD Ameritrade Schwab deal affects me more than any other broker. So F plus for that. Take that however you will. Limit order good till cancel, extended hours. Just going to take one share, trying to keep position sizing to under 1% of my total account. I want to be safe. Safety over profits. Looks like Bath and Body Works here. Next one, low PEs. We've got dividends, no debt, 1680. That's as simple as it gets. You know, I know I have a kind of a ganky computer, but unless you're doing some kind of high frequency trading, which is, unless you're a trading prop firm or something like that, there's no reason to ever do it. It doesn't make you any more money. Warren Buffett's not watching the 1 minute chart. He doesn't give a shit. He does not care. Big money is made in big moves. It takes time. Brown and Brown. Sounds like a plumber, doesn't it? This one is over on the PEs. A little sleepy at work, looks like. I think we had CMC. Sorry, I'm a little disorganized. It's hard when it's when you're out of flow. And FBIN, we had Jan, we had GLPI. Nope. That's why the job has to go. I have to quit, which pains me because the paychecks really help elevate the charity. And the fastest way to get there is to have money you don't need. $43.93. But it is costing me a lot of money. And during calm market times, it's no big deal to go to work. No big deal at all. So I know these turbulent times won't last forever. However, these are the times as a stock market active participant where you can make your whole year in a few months. That really is how it works. And you can see from our history here on the public account, there's 2 or 3 months a year, we make 3 to 5%. And that sets us up for alpha for the whole year. We kind of hang in there the other months, you know. We don't get totally left behind, but most of the money is made in a very small amount of time. Next, we have Vici, which is always a fun one. Page 2. If you don't know anything about Vici, do your little quick Google search. That's pretty cool little company. But we've got dividends, nice PEs, relatively low debt, which is very unique for a REIT. That's why a lot of investors actually will go with that, 2661. Debt scares off a lot of long-term dividend type investors, but a lot of them will have a company like this in their portfolio because it's got a totally different financial profile. Also, if you have extra time this weekend, hit the playlist. You would never buy a book and start reading in the middle. So start at the very first video and just let it roll. Repetition is the mother of skill. And I haven't changed what we're doing since day one. So it's all out there for your enjoyment. Down to 340. But I think we'll have enough to get through. We won't even be all in, I don't think. Got VPS, whatever that is. If we crash out, I'm gonna try it. UPS, that's what it is. My handwriting is pretty awesome. As you can see here, PEs, nice dividend. Debt is high, but it's under 4, 94.80. For Brown, we have Brown and Brown and Brown. I don't want to overthink this too much. I'm just going to slide it in here. That's not exactly right. Hopefully it won't matter because these things will sell. Nobody knows what will happen in the markets, but I know what I think will happen. I'm in here on a Saturday buying stock. Not even getting paid overtime or anything for this, but well, you think about it, depending on what happens Monday, maybe I am. Right? Rich Dad Poor Dad Chapter 1. There's even a free audiobook on the YouTube. If you don't know what Chapter 1's about, take you about 5 minutes to read it or listen to it. Chapter 1 is the most important chapter in my humble opinion. All right, we're down to 250. All right, I gotta check, see what we got here. We have SNC, SLGN. Looks like SSNC we do not have, so we're just keep grinding through there. See, this is another one that'll throw people off. The PE is over a 15. That's why I take an average with the Ford PE. 65.42. These are not in perfect order, I can see that, but it'll be okay. If we get a lot of money, a lot of these will sell, and we'll get them back in line. Jesus, struggling. I might lose you guys. Hold on. Limit order good till cancel extended hours. I put a price in there. I sure did. We got Reynolds. There's one we didn't have. First time I've ever seen this one. Good old Morningstar, huh? The analysts. I weigh their opinion. Not at all. Not at all. But you can see it fits the metrics. 156.81. It's a big one. It'll eat up a lot of our money. I understand it's not bigger equity than Whirlpool, but for the sake of speed, I'll put these in order later. $156.81. That will eat up most of our money. It's the first time I've ever bought this one in a decade. But as my accounts get bigger and bigger and bigger, I don't have to be so choosy. I just buy the whole list. And I'm not trying to go through and figure out which ones can I buy to get the most money in and all that. No, we're not doing that. Just executing the plan. We got Lynn here. Eldos. We have $30. All right, so we're going to go through here and see if it's under $30. Eldos is the last one. If it is, we have successfully went through the entire list, according to my chicken scratch here. Price, $155. We do not have enough. So we ran out of gas. Ain't got no gas in it. But we've got all these orders. We're still cranking them up. If you look at the open P&L, we're going to be cruising fat into all-time highs when these sell. We're prepared. These orders can fill while I'm asleep. And I should be on my normal work schedule next week. So, midnight, 1 o'clock videos, hopefully. And I'm excited. It's a very exciting part in the markets. We didn't get to do big picture on the last one, so let's do that now. We'll get rid of this site. This site's a huge drag too, but that is the most valuable free tool on the stock market, period. If you're interested in sponsoring me, hit me, because I'll do that one. I'm not doing the organic soap, but I'll do the tools I use. So at the end of the week, always look at the weekly chart. You can see, like, oh, it looks bad. And I've had people ask me, hey, are you going short? Stuff like that. Well, you don't go short after it's already dropped, okay? So make your own decisions, but come on, use some common sense. And we are getting close to the end of the month. So we have a few days left, but you can see another reason why I'm not short. Look, there you go. Nice little support line. We got the 20. And if you look to the longer time frames, all it is a retest right down here. The analogy that really rang home to me was the old man walking up the hill. He walks up the hill, right? First, not a big deal. He can walk for a while. As the hill gets steeper, he's got to stop and sit on the bench for a little while. And he goes up and he sits on the bench. And he goes up and he's got to sit on the bench for a while. And he goes up and he's got to sit on the bench a while and rest. And he goes up again. And you can see that's how it works. People are too worried looking at the bark of one tree. They miss the sight of the forest. So big picture is important. That's why I keep talking about it on the channel. Again, thank you for watching. If you would, leave me a like on your way out. Make sure you're subscribed and share this with anybody who asks you for money, no matter how old they are, and get your kids investing. You can change your whole family tree, and it's a great way to get their credit score up, even as a minor. And last but not least, you know what's coming. This is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I don't even know you. I'm not licensed, anything to do with money. And you got to make your own decisions. You can lose a lot of money in the stock market if you just haphazardly do something and let your emotions get the better of you. But there are licensed professionals that exist. And if you think you should see one of those, go see them. They will charge you handsomely. And best of luck to you, but yikes. So we're also looking at 401k. Compare your 401k to the down market. But in order to do that, here's how you do it, step by step. You have to take your beginning balance at the beginning of the year and write that down. Then you take where your current balance is and subtract not only your contributions, but your employer contributions, because your broker will show those as account gains, and they are not. So once you subtract that from what your current value is, now you can figure out just how much you're down. So enjoy that journey. Spoiler alert, I know how that ends. And you can see the results here. 65% last year. Now we have no deposits. Killing it. Totally killing it. And we have withdrawals now. Huge month for us. Up over 3%. Cranking it towards putting more into investing and turning active efforts into passive income. So appreciate that. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'm done rambling. Have an awesome weekend.